My original teacher was a man named Jim Rohn. I went to work for him when I was 17 years old. And I remember, his whole mindset, his whole approach was, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. And it's just like, wow, and I began to realize problems really are gifts. In fact, if you look at a great movie, a great story, any great story, imagine someone, here's their story of their life. You watch a movie, you read a book, here's the story. At the beginning of the story, the main character is like really happy. She or he is really healthy. They have incredibly passionate, loving relationships. They have a great family. They love their career. They're financially free. They're spiritually alive. That's how it starts. And then about a third of the way through the story, the person's really happy. They're really healthy. They have a great family. Their finances are great. Their career is great. They feel spiritually and physically alive. And you get to the last portion of the book, and they're really healthy, and they're really happy, and they have great relationships and great finances, and everything's perfect. Who's going to go to that movie? Nobody, right? Because what makes us alive, what makes us grow, is facing a challenge. My teacher, Jim Rohn, said something to me when I was 17. I'm 60, and I've never forgotten it. He said, Tony, what you get will never make you happy. Who you become will make you really happy or really sad. And I found that to be totally true.
Now, the thing that happens, though, if we want to be able to really take control of our meaning is we got to pay attention to our emotions. So in your notes, write down emotions. Under emotions, in fact, you might want to write the word negative emotions. Negative emotions. Negative emotions. And then as soon as you write it down, cross it out. The word negative, anyway. What are some of your negative emotions? Tell me what they are. Fear, what else? Pardon me? Hate, what else? Anger, what else? Guilt, what else? Worry, what else? Upset, guilt, what else? Frustration. I got a question for you. Are they really negative? I'm here to tell you there's no way they're negative. Every emotion you've ever had in your life serves a purpose. The reason it's negative is you've been calling it negative instead of getting the message it's been trying to give you. Every emotion you have, including those you think of as negative, those ones you call negative emotions, I call them emotional messages. I also call them calls to action. All those negative emotions, as you used to label them, are really a call to action. Fear is a call to action. By the way, do you feel that call to action in your body when you're afraid? Yes or no? Does your adrenaline start pumping, your whole system start gearing up? Emotions are a call to action. And the call to action says one of two things has to happen in that call to action. It's a message. Every emotion is a message. A call to action. And the action and the message it's trying to give you is that you need to change either, number one, your perception of this, or number two, your current actions. Every negative emotion you've ever felt is not negative. Now, you may be overusing them, I'll agree with you. You may be indulging in them, I agree with you. You may not be getting the message from them. What's making it negative is you're not getting the message it's trying to give you. But every emotion, fear, frustration, hate, anger, guilt, all of those emotions are here to serve you if you get quick the message. But what most of us do is we just indulge in the emotion. So we never get the message, and that's why it's negative, because it starts screwing up your body, because what it is a signal to act, and you're not acting. That's why you feel sick to your stomach. You're not acting. You just keep on indulging the emotion, not hearing the message. So the message is always, you must change something. Negative emotions are saying you got to change something. Either change the way you're perceiving this, change the meaning you've linked to this, change your perception, change your focus, or change your actions. Change what you're doing because it isn't working. That's why you're having that emotion. Don't make your emotions wrong. Appreciate them. Be grateful for them, but immediately then ask yourself, hey, what's the message that my emotion's trying to give me here? What do I need to change? My perception or my actions? Does this make sense? Yes, no?
Here's the key to the good life. Learn to put everything you've got into everything you do. Whatever you are doing, pour it on. It will quickly open up into opportunity or quickly disclose to you that you ought to be doing something else. The delusion is, if I had a better job, I'd really pour it on. See, that's delusion. Wherever you are, pour it on. Don't give somebody half a job for a day's pay. Pour it on. See, that'll help change your life. Get rid of this disease. Here's the next attitude disease, indecision. Mental paralysis. The guy can't make up his mind and it becomes a disease. Pretty soon he knows he's got it. The guy says, well, I know I'm on the fence. But he says, what if I get off on the wrong side? Listen, after a while it doesn't matter. Just get off. Any side will do. A life full of adventure is a life full of many decisions. The ones that turn out to be wrong give you better experience to make better decisions. So don't see how many decisions you can get out of, see how many you can get into. That's where the adventure is. So shake off this disease, indecision. The next one is doubt. Doubt's like a plague. And one of the worst is self-doubt. There are many, but that's one of the worst. The guy doubts himself. Doubts if it'll last that long for him. Doubts if he can do that well. Doubts if he can make that much. Doubts if he can accomplish all that. A chronic, excellent self-doubter. You can imagine what damage that does to your future. So here's the key. Turn this coin over and become a believer. And there's many things to believe in. One of the majors is yourself.
In other words, the purpose of your goal is not to get the goal. The purpose of your goal is who you become to get that. You could take away all the things or accoutrements that I have the privilege to have in my life today, and you could never take away who I've become as a man, what I've contributed to human beings, and that feeling inside of ownership that comes from that kind of growth. So my goal for these 5 days is give you some momentum in each area, give you some strategies, give you some insights, and just get you to focus. Because where focus goes, energy flows. And most people focus on what they don't want, and so they experience more of that. Turn on the news, and all you're going to hear, news people are good people, but they're a business. And guess what? People keep saying we're in an information society. Who are we kidding? The information society died a long time ago. There's too much information, true? We're drowning in information, and we're starving for wisdom. And when you turn on the news, what do you get? Nobody bad. It's just they know they got to get your attention. We're in an attention society now. They got to grab your attention. They don't inform you or educate you. Their job is to startle you. Your child may die by drinking water. Feel them at 11, right? They're going to attack the Capitol and destroy everything. Let's put enough troops there, more than we've had in Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq all at once. These overreactions, and everybody gets engaged, and they spend time online, and they click on things because that aggravation, that fear sells. In journalism, there's a phrase, if it bleeds, it leads. So you have to divorce yourself and stand guard at your own brain, stand guard at the door of your own mind. Jim Rohn used to say to me, Tony, he said, listen to me, what happens if your best friend puts sugar in your coffee? Or see, better yet, what if your worst enemy puts sugar in your coffee? What's going to happen? I said, you have sweet coffee. He said, what if your family member, your closest friend, somebody you love, by accident, drops one drop of strychnine in your coffee? I said, you'd be dead. Because that's right. Life is sugar and strychnine, and watch your coffee. And you got to watch what you put in your brain, right? You got to take control of that process.
This is called the timid approach to life. And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you. And you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. What a way to live, safe and secure. Don't ask for security, ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live.
All those people work their ass off. You're not going to be successful without hard work. And the reason mostly is not even that you have to go out there and build a giant empire, or you have to amass amount of money or work long hours. It's not even so much about that. It's that you need to develop yourself, because success is not so much an outer world state as an inner world state. And that might sound kind of hokey and new age, but it's very, very true. Success is grounded within you. You're not going to be able to maintain any sort of level of success if you do not have the psychology to really follow principles, to know how to maintain success, to think strategically, to think long term, to delay gratification, to resist addictions. All of these factors come into play.
So you can't expect to start out with tons of people. Some people say to me all the time, well, Brendan, it's so easy for you because you got millions of people on your email list and you have millions of people on Facebook and tens of millions.
You have your broad goal, yes. You have your long-term goal, yes. And then you got your short-term goals that lead and are strategically aligned with that long-term goal.
You cannot overcome those thoughts because they keep rising up and they've become a habit and it's sort of a pattern. So I don't want you to focus on the thoughts. I want you to focus on taking action, even though you doubt yourself.
It's you. And sure, you may have grabbed some little foothold from the podcast or from one of the books, but it isn't me that changes you, it's you.